It's one of Agatha Christie's best-loved novels. It's about a woman who's murdered at a cocktail party at Gossington Hall. Hollywood stars have come to St Mary Mead, the local village in which Miss Marple lives with her friend Dolly Bantry, played by the wonderful Julie Hill. So someone is murdered. A police detective turns up, Inspector Craddock, who is a friend of Miss Marple's from many years ago, and the play is about the relationship between Miss Marple and Detective Inspector Craddock, or Chief Inspector Craddock, as he corrects her, Chief Inspector Craddock, and Miss Marple's role in the world, really. We meet Miss Marple at a place where she's questioning who she is and what is left for her. She sprained her ankle in a fall. She feels isolated, alone. I think she's in a very lonely place during the play.
Yes.
And the play is about her refinding her sense of self.
And obviously you are performing in the show, so you can tell me a little bit about your character and how much you enjoy playing.
Well, Dolly is Miss Marple's best friend. She's lived in the village probably most of her life, and she's had a certain status in the village before because she and her husband owned Gossington Hall, but she's fallen on hard times a bit because he died very sadly, and she hasn't been very good with money, and she's lost it all, and so there's all that going on. But she's a fantastic character to play because Rachel's written her some wonderful lines and some quite funny lines as well, and she appears, I think, at first to be quite a snob and quite a sort of archetypal county lady, but actually there's a warmth to her and a vulnerability to her that we discover as the play goes on, I hope, and that makes her very interesting.
I think it was always challenging getting the right constellation of characters, and because this play, well, I say it's about loneliness, but it's also really fun, isn't it? I think I'm
Yes.
always surprised by how much people laugh and seem to really enjoy the complexity of it. It's beautifully staged and it's very movement-based. It's a really sort of fun theatrical conjuring. Melly Stoll, as Julie said, is our director, has done it's just an extraordinary production. And so Melly was very keen to make sure that she had people that would all fit together effortlessly and seamlessly. The movement is so important, the way they all have to look of the same time and yet also be utterly distinct. We've got a brilliant costume designer called Dinah, who's just done the most amazing job at making sure every character looks utterly unique and different, and yet they all belong in the same world. So it was a real challenge, and we were looking at at the pictures of people and trying to work out what the perfect balance would be. And we were very lucky as well to have Susie Blake, who plays Miss Marple.